mean, you've just said you want it to be measured, but you won't put a target on it or even a proportion. There are 1 million people waiting for council housing or social housing. And can you give us a proportion of what you'd expect? Because a biggest wave, that doesn't mean anything without any sense of a number on it.
Well, it will mean something because there's a couple of changes we're making. So we will increase significantly the amount of council and social housing
but by how
we've
much?
got. But as was said before, around things like Right to Buy, we're reviewing that as well and looking at how we can make sure that we're not losing council houses at the rate we are now and not replacing them. Well, so we're doing a consultation on that. So there's a number of things we're doing that will fix the system to make sure that we get more council and social housing.
Well, I want to press you a bit further on the number, because if there isn't a target for something you say you care about, often in government, if there's not a target on something, it just doesn't happen. But you mentioned Right to Buy.
The reason why I won't put an exact figure on it is because there's so many moving parts that actually, dependent on where the sites become available, so like I say, I have my golden rules for the new towns, I have my rules around the release of grey belt and brownfield sites. They're all very different, and what we've been very clear on is we want to see more social housing, but we also have to stop the amount that we're losing at the rate we are, and we're not able to replace them.
So why not get rid of Right to Buy completely? That's what Quajo with us this morning wants you to do.
I know Quajo wants me to do that, but look, if you've lived in a house for a very long time and you've been paying rent, that's your home, you've raised your children in it, I don't believe you should not have the Right to Buy. But I think there has to be a balance as well. The changes that the previous government made has made it a lot easier with a huge discount for people to buy the social housing, and we just cannot replace them. And therefore, I've started a consultation because I believe that we should make it more fairer to the taxpayer who help fund social housing so that we don't lose the sites as quickly as we are.
But you're going to make it harder for people to buy their council house then, even though you benefited from it yourself.
Under the previous rules, I benefited from it, and that's why I think it's important that people... It was incredibly important to me. I can't tell you in words what it meant to me. I'd lived in council housing all my life. To be able to buy that property was incredibly important. But the changes that the government made it so that people could get a bigger discount and quicker, and we can't replace that stock at the moment at the rate we need to. And therefore, that's why we're consulting to have a fair system that says if you've lived in a house for a long time, it's your family home, you can get a discount, but it has to be levelled against and balanced against replacing that stock.
I mean,